This is what it looks like when my body shuts down. What you don't see is itching, wheezing, flushing, and my stomach turning in knots. It's been happening my whole life, and nobody's been able to tell me why. For years, I tried to outwork it, but you can't outwork a problem you can't name. So this year, I went looking for the name. A doctor handed me a prescription I had never tried, the most restrictive diet I have ever attempted, and no cardio. I decided to go all in for 30 days. This is what happened.
Ooh.
The prescription, the autoimmune protocol. No grains, no dairy, no eggs, no beans, no nuts, no seeds, no nightshades. It eliminates almost everything I ate. Oh, and no high-intensity training while we test it, which is a problem because I have a goal of running a high rocks race with Chloe, and that is nothing but intensity. So here was the plan. 90 days, Jeff Nippard's Powerbuilding program, heavy basics, doctor approved, the AIP diet at 100%. Day 1, I tested everything.
Not feeling good about this test here.
You look massive.
You'd be out here crushing it.
Now I have my 1 rep maxes, a good starting point. At the end of the 30 days, I'll see how many reps I can hit with those weights. Altogether, that's 905 pounds. My strength goal for the next 90 days is to add 100 pounds to my total, and join the 1,000-pound club.
How's it going?
They're all cooking too fast.
2-week meal prep. Look at this. We had to buy all these glass containers.
It is 11:30 p.m. Chloe and I just spent all night meal prepping for the next 2 weeks of my AIP program. Here's what we got. Ground turkey and sweet potatoes for breakfast, chicken breast and carrots and cauliflower rice for lunch, and ground beef and sweet potatoes for dinner. Every day for the next 2 weeks, and then do it all over again. Here we go.
How does your body feel after the first week of AIP and power building?
With trying to get stronger and eat like this, it's just really hard for me. But in the first week, I noticed that my squats were hurting my knees. My back was a lot more sore than I thought it would be from the deadlift. And I found myself just not wanting to go to the gym. I love lifting, but going to the gym is really a mental battle right now. Hi, honey.
Hi. Are you feeling any changes in your body, skin, breathing, energy, inflammation?
Not skin, breathing, a little bit energy, but I think that has more to do with being a lot more intentional with my sleep. I mean, the diet's supposed to be helping with the skin, breathing, energy, inflammation, all of that stuff, but I think I'm, for the most part, just getting leaner and stronger at the same time, which is pretty cool. That's kind of what the Powerbuilding program says it'll do. It's days like today that I start getting really frustrated at my body. I just got halfway through the third leg day of week 2 of this program, and I got deadlifts, Bulgarians, and hip thrusts, and then my body started shutting down. It's hard not to get angry in those moments and frustrated with my body, but that's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to learn, is why my body does that and how to get it not to do that anymore.
Where are you finding strength when it gets boring or hard?
I think it was like 1 Corinthians 16 something. Christ's strength is made perfect in my weakness. The frustrating thought of, why is the skin and breathing and stuff not getting better? That weakness is able to just that much more elevate how strong Christ is and show how strong Christ is, because it's only through him that I can even be breathing today. Week 2 done.
What is God teaching you in the valley? What does steadfast actually mean when it hurts?
Yeah, I think it's easy to be steadfast when things are easy. The perfect example of steadfastness is God's love and God's strength, right? And so I think along with the doubting question, me getting confused and frustrated and angry that my skin hasn't cleared up and I can hear myself wheezing a little bit right now, it's really easy to start questioning a lot of things, just like, why can't I get healthy? I know God is capable of just healing me like that. But I think steadfastness is faith that what he's doing is a lot more important than just healing me like that. Because he does that sometimes, but I think a lot more often, and it makes a lot more sense in my mind, that God doesn't change our circumstances, God changes who we are in those circumstances. So I think what I'm realizing is that God's growing me to become the man I'm supposed to be, which is what this whole channel's about, but it's really easy at times to start questioning why he hasn't just healed me like that to show his perfect strength in that way. So I think that's where steadfastness really is sitting with me and what he's teaching me in this moment. Week 3 done. Week 4.
Week 4. What have you learned about yourself that you did not know 30 days ago?
I've learned that if there's a deep problem that the AIP diet is supposed to solve, there's probably something even deeper that's blocking just doing the AIP diet from solving that problem. The stuff that I've been dealing with since I was a child, like since birth, having eczema and breathing problems, that could still be something that there's a deeper root cause of that I can actually solve. And for most of my life, I think I've had no hope of that. Lots of hope for it, but also it makes it easier for me to get down on myself, because then I realize that if I can solve it, then haven't figured it out yet, and it gets frustrating. And so I've had to learn, I guess, forgiveness to myself in stuff that I can't control.
What does the next 60 days look like? What needs to change?
Hopefully finding a good doctor who can actually help me go deeper into the root cause, get blood tests, samples that I have to take, and get everything tested to see if there's mold toxicity or something else that could have been just growing since I was a kid. And if there's something with that, then I could actually find the next step of what to do. Let's get to the numbers.
Which one's supposed to be day 1? was planning that one all along. My gosh.
I think I see the biggest difference in my arms.
Your arms are massive. Yeah, your arms, your shoulders. Your abs are more defined for sure.
Is that my skin is worse on day 30 right now.
Yeah.
So I think that's just from
Well-
more stress. But I think I have more stress, but the food has been better.
In your quad and also like here to here skinniness.
Oh, just front to back?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Right? It feels like you have a bigger drop from your lats down to your waist. Like,
Oh yeah, that's what my sister calls the swordfish.
yes, your swordfish has gotten better.
If you remember, this is where I was day one.
Okay.
192.2, 94.6 pounds of muscle, 14.3% body fat.
Okay.
If you were to guess where I am on day 30 with the in-body test.
I think your weight is down. I know you've been kind of saying that.
Yeah.
I think you probably like right around 190. I think your muscle mass went up. I don't know how much it goes up by. I'm still 96 pounds.
Okay.
Okay. And your body fat, I don't know.
Just guess.
Okay, 12.
I don't think the in-body is super accurate for the body fat specifically.
Oh my gosh.
So you were right. This was at 189, 188.7. Skeletal muscle mass, 96.8.
I did a great job.
I want to get this to 100. That's a goal of mine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Body fat percentage, I don't see 10% there when I look at the video. But to be 10%,
Yeah,
you have to like... As I warm up for my max tests, I want to talk about this first 30 days and the effect that it had on me physically, mentally, and spiritually. Spiritually first. I've noticed that I'm in a different place than I used to be with my faith. I used to think a lot about salvation and whether I was good enough. And that, frankly, isn't a matter of salvation. Because we're only saved by God's grace through faith. Now, what God has pressed on my heart is that I need to know Him more deeply. Know His Word, know His voice, and pursue His glory. So that's what this first 30 days has helped me develop. A deeper, richer, and more consistent faith. Going from struggling to read the Bible consistently to feeling off if I don't start my day with His Word. I'm nowhere close to perfect with it, but He has drawn me a lot closer to Him in these first 30 days. Now mentally. 2 words. Intentionality transforms. If I can give one piece of advice for someone trying to develop a strong mental discipline and mindset, it's to be intentional with everything. Don't let anything in your mind happen without you taking it captive. 2 Corinthians 10:5 says that we take captive every thought and make it obedient to Christ. And I didn't fully understand what that meant until now. It was 4, but I feel like I could have gotten 5. I just got scared. If you can be intentional about what you think and how your emotions and thoughts control you, even for 30 days, you will look back at the person you were before those 30 days and see a whole different person. Between stimulus and response, there's a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Viktor Frankl. Physically, I've seen a huge difference in my strength, as you can see in these final numbers. I've also had a bit of a recomposition as I've lost fat and gained muscle. But the main thing I'm searching for, that healing, it hasn't come. I'm crossing AIP off of the list of things that I've tried, but I may need to come back and revisit it after I've gotten something else out of the way. It can be frustrating to try thing after thing to heal, but I believe God has me where I am for a reason. Keep working to build my physical, mental, and spiritual discipline, keep leading myself steadfastly, and keep growing towards the man God made me to be, and He has it under control. Thank you for watching. Go get closer to who God made you to be today. Stay tuned for the full 90-day video. Please feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. God bless you. Stay steadfast.